did not intend to do. That's cookie crumble.
That's how you scramble a cookie.
That's the crumble cookie.
You've scrambled your cookies, now lie in it. You heard me.
You heard me.
Listen, I'll make Malifaux all over the place, don't you worry. Well, I was going to make a metaphor into a segue and I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
You're forgiven.
Speaking about things being like other things...
That's a simile. Sorry, Callan.
Speaking about dangerous places where you all are and the DM has total control over all the monsters, how about we start this episode?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'm feeling strong.
Feeling
should,
strong? You should definitely go in with confidence.
We should check out all these closets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There
Well,
could be more.
Before we get on, do you guys remember what happened last week?
Lots of Durga. In closets.
Yeah.
I exploded a lot of Durga.
Yeah, you really
Yeah,
did.
he did.
Yeah, Carnelian's kill count went up.
You got like 3 kills in one shadow, I think.
I think it was 4.
4.
Quite a bit.
Because there was the blue, red, the yellow, the green and purple.
You guys know the fight's going to be big when you see blue-red come on the field.
Yeah.
Might have gotten pink as well.
It's all fun and games until you whip the violet crumble out.
So, you guys did run into what you suspect is a Duragar barracks just inside the entrance to this fortress. As you entered, you got spotted because some people weren't invisible. And that led to a all-out fight in the barracks where the monster closets got activated and Duragars popped out everywhere. But you guys handled yourselves pretty well. I mean, I don't think there were too serious wounds from what I can tell. And you ended up wiping the floor with them Duragar, and they're all dead.
Yeah, good tanking from Svieta. Good killing from Carnelian. And I patted Carnelian on the shoulder and wished him luck. So
Yeah.
Oh, you killed someone with your bell. Pretty
I
sure.
did. Maybe I think I stole a kill with the bell. Yeah.
I mean, the moral support of having a cleric nearby, unbeatable.
Nice to have.
Appreciate it.
Oh, you had a pretty clutch Bane, I think, wasn't it?
Oh,
The Bane
the
was
Bane
good.
went off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That did
Okay.
actually affect some saving throws.
So I'll...
Thanks, K-Dog.
I mean, he's always here for you until he's not. Searching all the bodies of all the Duragar, each one of them has a war pick. You guys are pretty familiar with what these guys come in. They all have scale mail, they all have war picks, and they all have a few javelins each as well. I'm going to say 3 javelins each on them.
Interesting.
So you can take as many of those as you want. I mean, it's hard to sell them, especially in this desolate place that doesn't have a whole lot of money anyway. But
Can I just say now that I'm going to be taking something while I look up the stats for those things, and then I'll decide which one I'm taking?
yeah, I mean, I'm assuming you guys can pick up all this stuff and make a decision as you go. I'm not gonna. It's from the stuff in the room, right?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
one
you
of
can-
their weapons.
Yeah,
I just
you
want a
can.
weapon.
Like a melee weapon.
Yeah.
As a bit of a backup or something for a
Yeah.
laser pistol.
So
Yeah.
this laser pistol, when you're surrounded by 4 Duragar, not the best.
Take your pick. I mean, there's a few.
Hey.
Thanks.
Up here all night.
Doesn't Horatio need a weapon as well?
Oh, yes. I too will take my pick. Thanks,
there-
Feta.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I don't use weapons very often, but good to have. You're definitely right.
So bear in mind they're war picks, so you might want to look them up. I think they're martial weapons,
I think they are martial weapons.
which only really affects like your proficiency.
Never seen this pick before, strangely. I'm role-playing a lack of proficiency.
It's like, I can tell. I can tell.
Is there any money on the Durga?
I really like. I was going to say, how do you say this to your party? But then you've got the telekinesis slot.
I haven't
so-
activated it yet. I was just telling Tim to grab something.
Let's see. Do they have any money? Does the deal want to give you guys some money?
Please, we're very poor.
Oh, Warpick's not bad.
If you got the knowledge.
Which I do, baby.
Oh, snap.
X-blades are martial weapon proficient.
In total, you will find 7 silver pieces, 4 copper pieces, and 5 gold pieces. Just on their assorted purses. But apart from it, it's a pretty Spartan interior, and you do know this from other Duergar. Duergar are less worried about fancy adornments, even compared to other dwarves, and they're very functional and practical. So the rooms, if you check in all the monster closets, they're all pretty much just a bunk with very small, like, foot locker for personal effects, which is where you got some of this money from, and the lockets. But there's not much else in here.
Actually, that brings to mind, is this this stone fortress, like, does this have any, like, signs to say that it was built by dwarves, or did they move into a pre-existing construction?
I think you'd have to do some sort of history check.
I am a bard. I will do a history check if you would like. I mean, if that's what you think the correct check is.
I think history is the correct check here.
Let's go. 16.
Okay, so with the 16, what you're sort of looking around here, and you can see that everything is very much in the Duergar style. As I was saying before, very Spartan, very functional. And you would think that it would take quite a lot of effort if this was like an already existing dwarf fortress or someone else that would have had it adorned otherwise. It would take a lot of effort to sort of convert that. And whilst that's probably something they'd eventually do, this feels newer than that. That's all you can really tell.
Okay.
Any of the other cupboards that were not accessed?
I can open the last one, but I'll tell you now, it's just a spare, like an extra room that has the same as the other rooms, it just doesn't contain a Duergar.
No skeletons?
There's one skeleton, and he apologizes for being in this adventure, and he leaves.
They locked him in from the outside and forgot about him.
Thank you for freeing me! Away!
Actually, you just put him out of his misery and destroy undead.
Yes. I do destroy undead on him.
Finally free!
Tell Kay I said hi!
You got it! So yeah, otherwise in this room it doesn't appear that there's anything noteworthy that you can see.
We should press on, because
Yes.
they probably raised some sort of alarm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So back outside of this door you can see a long hallway that extends to the east.
Okay, what's the play? Slowly and cautiously, ears open. What do you think, Carnelian?
What's the illumination level in here?
So it's smoky and hazy from all of the like braziers, and there's some other smoke that seems to be filling the rooms from some source that you can't see. But there are a number of braziers that are keeping everything in dim light. Your sight is not limited because of the light; it's limited because of the haze.
Okay. I think we should press, like, down the corridor and have a peek, like, at that T intersection. And Svieta should probably go first until, like, for as long as the bear form lasts, because she's gonna take up the whole corridor.
So you're still a bear at this stage?
Still a bear.
Okay.
Very healthy bear.
So are we going quiet, or are you just going to put you at the front because you can take a few hits?
Let me see how stealthy a bear
Like
is.
a big fluffy shield. I assume it's not very stealthy.
I can't help
I don't think we need to be stealth anymore.
Yeah.
We raised that first guy raised the alarm when we came through the gates,
Good point.
and I shot this laser a second ago. So
Not so loud, but you noise.
yes,
It's okay, I know the Song of Stealth. It starts playing with cat-like tread from Pirates of the Pheasants.
That probably will not work on Svieta. She'll just stomp ahead. I've got no stealth as a bear.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean,
Follow the bear. Quick, she's ahead. She looks like she's got the scent of something.
Oh yeah, can I roll
This is a determined animal.
perception check with my nose, because
Yeah,
I get
sure.
advantage on it, for strongest sense of Duergar?
sure, roll a perception scent.
Have a sniff.
12.
I mean, the smell of Duergar, or dwarf Duergar, is all over the place here, and you're familiar with it now, having run into these guys a few times. The scent is on everything.
it's very lived in.
You do feel like that you are getting the mixes of other smells as well. Particularly to the east, you think you smell like what would be analogous to like wood smoke, and possibly it smells like someone's using oils or spices.
What do you reckon, Svieta? I can smell meat. Coming from the end of the hallway.
Smell shit.
I think to the south of us is where, like, the room with the lever that we opened the door with is.
Svieta will get up on 2 legs,
Whoa!
extra intimidation, and just meander forward towards the smoke in the east.
She's on 2 legs. That can't be
Smells
good.
honey.
Just like
She
nose
smells
in the air.
So just so you know, you passed a T-intersection hallway. To the north was a set of double doors.
Yep.
And to the south was an open room as well.
Okay.
But otherwise, if you head this way, you can see there's another set of double doors to your north. It isn't going to a corridor. It's just a straight up set of double doors.
Yep.
And there is a small little turn to your south as well, which is into a small corridor.
Is that smoky scent still coming directly
It
east?
smells like it's more coming from where the double doors are.
Double doors. Alright.
So Svieta, you head to those double doors. They're closed, and then to the south behind you is a very short corridor that leads to... South from those double doors is a short hallway that goes to what looks like a portcullis, which is lowered, so it's closed.
Quick examination on the double doors. Do they look like they push inwards?
For the purposes of dramatic
Yeah.
effect, yes, they do.
Lower my form down on the doors.
Nice.
Okay. So, you open the double doors.
I won't.
Pardon?
I was going to ready a bell.
She's
Fuck it, I'm readying Toll the Dead.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I'm not going to... I didn't say
Carnelian
that.
will get his crossbow out.
Okay.
The first thing that gets injured, I'm going to Toll the Dead.
Okay. You burst open into these double doors, and it leads you to a room.
She's so intimidating.
And what does Svieta say? Hey!
I don't have time to detect thoughts yet.
3 braziers heaped with glowing hot coals illuminate and heat this long hall. At the eastern end is a hexagonal stone table surrounded by 6 stone chairs. Seated in a chair facing the door is a haggard old Durgar with long black hair streaked in ribbons of white and fingernails like shards of iron. She is devouring a hearty buffet of cooked meats, mushrooms, and strange underdark fare. Lurking next to her is a small mechanical dragon made of a shiny black substance. Hunched over a hot stove in the west side of the room are 3 Durgar cooks. At the sight of you, they drop their utensils and reach for their weapons, but the old Durgar says something, in Dwarvish, that keeps them at bay. So, a few of you do know Dwarvish. So you hear her saying, Now, don't scare our guests. Put that down. And she turns to you. Also standing behind her is another Durgar that looks like he was recently bent down and whispering in her ear. She looks up at you, the giant bear. Welcome, Svieta. Why don't you come in? I assume your friends are here. The heroes of Goodmead, I suspect. Or would you prefer the East Haven Desecrators?
Yes, prefer that one.
I will not say anything. And I'll walk right up to the bent over Durgar.
Yep.
Like right in between them. And just sit.
Okay.
Follow her in.
Which one's sufficient? Which of the titles is more sufficiently intimidating?
She's addressed you by both. Welcome, Carnelian. Horacio. Wodun. Come, sit, eat. It's quite good.
To whom do we speak?
Oh, of course, I know your names, but you probably don't know mine. Yes, my name is Grandolpha Musgart. Most just call me Lady Musgart, if you please.
And how do you know of our names?
Oh my. I think you're quite famous throughout the 10 towns.
I mean, sorry, I meant the others' names. Obviously, you would know mine if you're into adventuring.
Oh, how could I forget stories of Wodun seeping into people's ears here and there? I have my little birdies that keep an eye out throughout town. It pays to be abreast of the situation, as it were.
Lady Mudguard, was it?
Oh, I've heard that you like to do this. How fun.
Do what?
mispronounce people's names.
What? Lady Mudguard.
Musgard. God damn it.
Oh,
Listen, I
Musgard.
understand it's quite difficult. It is a dwarvish name.
One of those
after all.
weird. Yeah.
There's a few consonants that you probably can't get your tongue around very easily.
Oh wait, is she still speaking Dwarvish or Common?
No, she's
now?
speaking common.
Okay.
As soon as she addressed you, it was all in common.
I imagine the name would be like a dwarvish name. You don't tend to like translate proper nouns most of the time.
It translates to fair lady. No,
That's false advertising.
Can I sniff the food for poison?
yes, you can. Don't roll a scent perception check.
I can't
While
really-
she's sniffing, are the other cooks, they've dropped their utensils. Have any of them got their picks out? Or
No.
weapons?
Once she told them to lower their weapons, they basically put their weapons down, and they went back to cooking.
Okay.
16.
16 smells strange, but only because it's, aside from mushrooms, and they're really big mushrooms, the meats there are ones that you're not as familiar with. She sees you sniffing. It's like, no, don't worry. It's very specifically Underdark specialities. You see just over here, there's Intellect Devourer. It's been cooked quite nicely by my chefs.
You don't in the slightest seem concerned about our intrusion and murder of your comrades.
Comrades. Oh, that's rich. No. They're not my comrades, although I have my personal guard around, as you can see. People who are loyal to me. No, I don't think you'll hurt just an old lady sitting here eating her dinner, would you? And she
Inside
gives
check.
you a little look. Yeah, sure, go for it.
That was a 10.
She seems very confident. Self-assured. But other than that, hard to tell. She's very difficult to read.
So, do you have perhaps an inkling of why we're here?
Well, I suspect. But why don't you come sit? You're all over in the corners of the room. This is no way to hold a conversation. Come, sit, eat what you wish. You'll need your strength, I'm sure, if you're going to go deeper into the fortress.
Carnelian's gonna sit up on top of the table.
We've got a booster seat for you over here. We'll just put it on this one.
Don't patronize me.
Gus on! Get the booster seat. And she looks over at Wodun and Horatio, which is standing a little bit off to the side at the moment.
I'm not moving.
Yeah, I'll stay back here as well. Your little dragon there. We just saw another one like it heading towards the 10 towns. What do you know about that?
Oh, yes. That would be Zardarok's little project I think you ran into. This is a gift from him, so it's not surprising they seem similar.
What is its intention with the 10 towns?
Oh, I do believe the intention is to completely obliterate the 10 towns, as far as I know.
And you're standing by and letting this happen?
Well, I'm not really one to stick out my neck, if it doesn't benefit me, of course.
If it did benefit you, would you tell us how to kill it?
I possibly could. Although I suspect I don't have any more insight than you do about fighting some sort of crystal-based dragon. That being said, I could provide some useful information.
Yes.
But I would also need assurances from you, of course, as well.
Well, you can rest assured that we wish to stop the 10 towns being obliterated.
I'm not overly concerned with the 10 towns, although they do represent a good business opportunity, if you ask me.
A business opportunity that you are soon to lose.
Possibly, but depends how much effort I need to expend.
Svieta will growl in intimidation. See if she can let out some more information in regards
Sure.
to like how she actually feels about the 10 towns.
Sure.
Never mind, it's a 3, so that's a 2.
Oh man!
Now, young lady, there's no need to get upset. I am not from the 10 towns. I reside in the Underdark. I was invited here by Zardarok. He intends to make me his queen, as I think was the expression he had. I'm not so sure on the whole proposition, to be honest, and, well, put it this way. I think it would be easier to be without him, if it were.
Well, there it is. We'll kill him for you, if you tell us how to kill the dragon.
I don't really know how to kill the dragon, although I suspect if you haven't already headed back up the hole from whence you came and head north, you might find some interesting information on it, which could help you.
Do you know how Zardarok controls the dragon?
Not in so many words. I know it's a project he spent a lot of time on and spent a lot of resources gathering this Shardlin. I do know, though, that he keeps some of those secrets with him on his person. He's a very paranoid old fool. And I know old fools.
So, why exactly did he summon you to be his queen? Why you?
He seems to have taken a fascination with me. I suppose from some years ago, we ran into each other. He was an okay young Duragar, but in his old age he seems to have gotten very strange. I, of course, took on the family legacy of distribution of Duragar ale throughout the Underdark. Our family's quite famous for it. Sometimes not to everyone's taste. As I said, the business opportunities in 10 towns, having an alternative to some of the other items would be quite good. Although I'm not willing to really pursue that opportunity much if it puts me in danger. Or if it's too difficult.
What's Zardarok to you? You say you've known him for some time.
An old fool. As I said before, young Horacio. I don't really think much of him, but he seems enamored with me.
Is Zardarok the cause of the weather effect in the Dale, or is he merely taking advantage of it?
I suspect the second one. He seems to have been driven here from some sort of need. I can't tell exactly where. But this everlasting winter doesn't seem to be of his design. Very fortuitous, of course, for him, as us Duragar and kobolds don't like the sunlight as much. I could take it or leave it. I mean, I'm normally in the Underdark anyway. But this place is, it'd be quite nice to have a surface dwelling for Duragar. Open business and trade with the 10 towns. I like the opportunity. I like the idea.
Well, it's a very short-lived idea if Zardarok has his way.
Indeed. It is a short-lived idea if he does, but it's a bit difficult to just do anything about it.
So there's nothing you know that could potentially assist us in destroying this abomination?
I know a few things. I don't know how to kill the dragon, but I can tell you it is not a living being. It's a construct. As such, it's... How do I get the concept across? Robots? Anyone twig a bell? Might be a little bit advanced.
Robot.
No. Put it this way, the dragon would follow a prearranged flight path. It would have its own internal logic to follow and then carry out and execute orders. Then, I imagine it would be set to return here at the end. Even if it didn't succeed on its mission the first time, it'd probably be sent out again and again and again. As long as Zardarok lives, of course. If he doesn't, who gives it new orders? Now, I'm not interested in controlling some giant construct. It doesn't bother me if you destroy it or do whatever you want. That's not really what I'm interested in. But of course, if you don't do anything about it, I think it's very grim, your prospects for saving the rest of the 10 towns.
So what would you have us to do? Is there anything that you want from us?
I don't want anything from all of you. It seems that you're unintentionally doing the things that probably would help me out to begin with. Although I thought that maybe when you dropped by, I could offer a little bit of a helping hand. This fortress is well defended by many Duragar loyal to Zardarok, and other creatures he's been pulling out from the Underdark, which he intends to let loose on the 10 towns, and part of with the dragon, possibly later to clean up or terrify. Now, a few of those Duergar are not so loyal to Zardarok, but loyal to me. And if we have an accord, I can make it so that your going is a little bit easier.
Do you have a token or something that we can show on your behalf?
I can send my man here to run down to the others and give the little silent whisper. You're pretty noticeable. They'll probably know that you're who you are when they see you. But if you want to identify them, I could give you a little hand symbol that they'll recognize, and yes, I think that would be beneficial. But they would know that if I send, let's go with a name. Oh, what is your name again? I always forget. Mrod. Mrod. I'll send Mrod down here, head.
I'm sorry, Mrod.
Mrod.
M-R-O-D?
Mrod. And he'll give advance notice. You'll find it easier getting through with some of my men on your side.
Is this friend Joey?
Are you doing an insight?
I would love to do an insight on this old ale baroness.
Who can guidance? Maybe the other person who can guidance should guidance and the other person roll.
Yeah, because I've already done one.
It will also be very obvious you're casting a spell if that requires any sort of hand movements and stuff.
It does.
Is there any ale or anything in front of the table?
Yeah.
In front of her on the table?
Looks like there's a few mugs of ale. In fact, it looks like there are several mugs on where she invited you to sit.
Well, Wodun's going to walk over to the table. He's going to grab hers and sort of sit on the table in front of her, run his fingers through his hair and take a sip of the ale.
Oh my, you are quite a specimen, aren't you? I'd heard through my little birdies.
Yes, well...
Perhaps you're interested in inheriting a ale fortune as well.
I would be interested, but there's something else I'm a bit more interested in right now.
Oh, you tease.
Please cast your spell. Well, is this the ale that you speak of?
It is.
Can I attempt to stealthily cast it while she's distracted?
You can make a sleight of hand check if you'd like.
Just undo the only button on your shirt.
Is it hot in here? These braziers. Oh my goodness.
Callan?
No.
Oh.
No.
Wodun undoes a button.
Nothing.
So, no, it's alright, but there's a reason.
Alright.
I got my reasons.
21.
Okay. She doesn't catch you casting your spell, so you can give guidance.
Left cheek, right cheek, pop, pop.
So, you want to... Okay, you're distracting. It's like...
Yeah.
How are you distracted? Go, quick.
That's perfect.
That is...
Let me see those pecs bounce.
Oh,
That's a
you've
23 total on
She's
the
a dirty
inside.
old biddy.
23. Okay. She is, as Horacio noted, very self-confident. She doesn't seem to be worried that you're in the room. I mean, she also seems like she knows... She's not trying to push you guys too hard or anything. She's not So she knows how strong you are.
But, is she good on her word? When she says, I'll make sure that anybody loyal to me won't fight you, does she mean that?
I shall get to that. It also looks like she's being very purposefully cagey, but not outright dishonest. So it's almost like someone who's very used to doing these kind of wheelings and dealings and all that kind of thing. It does sound like someone who will hold to their word. If they say that we'll agree, we won't attack you, absolutely will hold to their word. At the same time, you get the sneaking suspicion that basically once your agreement's done, you don't want to be hanging around here. It's definitely a transactional agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she will be. But your impression is that if she's says you're safe to come and sit and eat, you're safe to come and sit and eat. She doesn't look like she wants to hurt you guys.
So the offer for help, or at least not hindrance from any of your own men, is most welcome. Is there perhaps something else you could assist with? Any tools, weapons, or armor? Maybe something more suited to my friends than war picks?
You got anything small, sleek, streamlined?
Maybe a
How about
maybe some
what are they called?
Simple.
A scalpel?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Something surgical. You see, I was a surgeon myself.
Oh,
Are you in need of treatment?
I'm old. You could always inspect my body at any time, young Horatio. But it seems that the heroes of Goodmead need more reward, as if they were common mercenaries. And she sort of smirks at you, and she says, "Oh, I kid. Don't get too riled up."
Sorry, I got distracted.
Horatio, do you need a dagger? I have a spare.
Oh, yeah?
Here's this knife that he pulls off from the table. It's,
Perfect.
well, I can't offer you any magical items or things like that, although perhaps information is more valuable to you. I happen to know that Zardarok holds a few little treasures of his own. Some on this floor, and quite a bit downstairs. I think adventurers such as yourselves could make good use of it. Of course, it requires you to deal with the inhabitants of this fortress, but I could tell you, I think it's well worth your time. Monetary compensation would be very adequate.
Sorry, didn't you say... Can you just clarify exactly which parts of the castle she said she was going to call her men off?
I have loyalists throughout this place. There is a level upstairs. I don't have many up there. There is a big floor downstairs where the heart of the forge is. I have many friends there. That would be the most heavily fortified, of course.
And this is where the treasure you were talking about is.
Yes. I would allow you, since you're taking care of this place for me, upon receiving ownership of this fortress, I would allow you to take any spoils of war that you find.
Well, that's all well and good, but Zardarok, like his chambers, did he have a room where he experimented on the dragon, or...?
He has a chambers up here, which I think you should check out. He has a shrine downstairs that he frequents to Deep Durera. And he's often on the forge floor, shouting commands and orders to his followers. There's a throne room down there as well. He doesn't seem to frequent it much, though. His mind is occupied elsewhere.
The dragon itself, how exactly did they exit the castle, and can we get access to that point?
Upstairs, if you head there are some control mechanisms for the large doors that you probably saw opening from the outside. You could potentially close it. Would make it the dragon's time more difficult on return. Of course, it wouldn't stop it from going after the 10 towns now, but could be useful for later.
Well, time's of the essence. Any more questions?
Can you provide us a map? Or even just a general floor plan?
I cannot, but upstairs is a relatively small area which has an east and west side. There's a lever on both sides which would control each side of the giant doors. This floor is mostly as you see here. A few rooms split off north and south, one of which being Zardarok's chambers, and two of which for his sons, who I believe you handily took care of. Desecrators indeed.
Oh yes, that's right. They fell in the lake, didn't they?
Oh, I'm sure they fell. And she gives a very wide smile.
Yes. Well, we should probably start by shutting the doors. What do you think?
It sounds like he spends most of his time in the lower levels of the fortress.
If we're going to be here for a little while, perhaps shutting the doors to hinder its return might be a good thing.
Our host also did hint at him having maybe some treasure stashed away in his chambers, so maybe going upstairs and investigating that first might be to our advantage.
Isn't this the upstairs?
This is like equivalent to the middle floor.
Right.
Yeah, there's an upstairs, there's a middle floor, and there's a very big downstairs area that eventually leads to the Underdark if you decide to go that way. I wouldn't recommend it. I think you'd find the company less inviting than me.
Lady Mosgard.
Yes, young Wodun.
We have made some acquaintances along our journeys. Are you aware of Hethel or other person who was in Carconic?
Oh, I heard about that, yes. Something about a cult took over Carconic, which you took care of.
Yes, I'm fairly sure she was a Duragar. You guys definitely look very different from dwarves.
She was a tiefling, wasn't she?
No, that was the wizard we found under the car.
Yeah,
That was neither of them.
old lady with the wooden leg.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think she was a dwarf or a
I think she was a
Duragar?
dwarf, but she wasn't a Duragar.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Well, I don't know her personally. Some sort of oracle, from what I understand. But, no, don't know them. They're not affiliated with me or Zardarok.
What about tiefling wizards? Do you know any of those?
I've heard something about wizards. Yes. Not enough information at the moment, but, I suspect that, there's something more to that. I'd be very interested to know more myself.
Tim to Callan.
Yeah.
So, does she not know any much more about a tiefling wizard?
It sounds like she doesn't know much more than you know. It sounds like she's aware of something, but she doesn't know.
Okay, cool.
Before we head down, as someone who's very familiar with having a lodge downstairs, is there anything else you can tell us? Is there any traps or any danger we should be aware of?
Oh, you should be worried about danger around every turn. Traps, as I said, I wouldn't venture too far into the Underdark. It's not going to be of interest to you. There's also been some digging, and there's some things locked up down there that Zardarok intends to use, as I said, to launch on the 10 towns. I believe he's keeping some prisoners as well. You might find interesting. But, whatever you wish to do.
Quentin sits a bit more upright, hearing that there's prisoners down there.
Who are these prisoners?
I don't know that well. There's obviously one of Zardarok's own. He's suspected of some sort of conspiracy or plot and had them imprisoned. And then he has two others, I think. There's another chap down there, another human chap. Wasn't interested in talking much. From what I gather, he's from Duggan's Hole?
They don't seem like renowned talkers.
No, they don't. The other is part of a nomadic Goliath village somewhere in the Spine. Very angry to have been brought here, you might understand. Very loud gentleman, of course.
A Goliath?
A Goliath, yes. In the Spine of the World, there are a number of Goliath settlements.
Goodness. Right, well, time's of the essence.
I think we should accept.
Yes, I think that much is clear. I think we should decide where we're going to go first. I still think closing those doors would be a good thing to do quickly, but we should also check out the chambers. And I think the chambers were down the hall a bit further, is that right? In the middle floor?
So there was some chambers. Yeah, so chambers back from where you came, and there's also a couple on the other side as well. What I'll also do, just since we're here, we're all friends, I'm going to show you the handout of
Andy.
of her.
Oh my god.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, look at the face.
Gosh, she's got like a scrotum face.
So good. I
Looks
like
like she's about to say, fuck!
She's she's the inheritor of an ale enterprise. What are you expecting her to say?
The ale enterprise that started at the beginning of the universe. Oh my god, she's old.
I mean, it's a dwarven ale enterprise. Of course, it started at the beginning of the universe.
God, she would have the biggest whistle when she spoke. Yes,
Yes! I can't do that.
every word's got a whistle in it. Goes straight through my two remaining teeth.
I should have just given this character to you to play. Well, that's wonderful that you'll accept. Then you'll have support from me.
Much appreciated. I think we're after the same thing.
Yes. And as I said, any spoils of war, happy for you to take them. Once the fortress is mine, you understand, though, that I'd prefer that you weren't around. This is a Duragar business, after all.
Oh, we have no intention of staying any longer.
Then we have an agreement.
We probably have a dragon to go chase after we're done here.
I suspect you'll be very busy.
Will make her way out.
Yes.
She'll actually bap off the intellect devourer onto the ground and leave.
The food.
Yeah.
Oh,
Food on the floor.
Is that big slow pour?
You're not going to eat that?
No.
well, if you didn't like it, you just had to say.
Carnelian will bow before stepping off the table, stepping down from the table.
Okay.
Right, well, we're here, perhaps. Oh, Lady Musgard,
Yes.
which door was Zardarok's chambers? Sorry?
Head back down the way that you came, the hall, and then turn north. You'll find his chambers and some other else, I suspect.
Ah, yes, thank you.
Be careful.
Luckily, we never go anywhere without our trusty compass.
That always works perfectly, even under a mountain.
Yeah. Ah, yes. I'm going to go up to... I'm just going to go.
Heading towards the door.
Double doors.
Yep. So north of where you guys are on that intersection, there's a set of double doors.
Yeah, they locked.
Go lean,
My dude.
They
You want to
locked.
check?
They locked, brother?
Quick, Svieta, break them open with your bare hands.
Yeah. Hey, that was a good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, get in there, Svieta. Hit it.
Here I come.
Hit it.
On 2 legs, like a creepy thing.
I hate it when she does that. She's massive.
Blech.
It doesn't appear that they're locked.
I'm in.
This rectangle.
I hacked the door.
What's a hacker, and how can I speak to you?
She chopped it open, see?
It's a bear thing, you wouldn't understand.
Okay.
Oh.
This rectangular room has 2 sets of double doors, one to the north and the other to the south. A brazier of glowing hot coals stands on each corner. In the middle of the room is a low stone table, on top of which is a drawn illustration of what looks like a map.
I will go to the map and inspect it. Does it look familiar?
It does. Okay. On the map table, you can see what looks to be a map, and it looks to be that of the 10 towns.
Oh no. Any distinct features? Towns marked?
Mounted on a thin iron stand on the table is a 6-inch tall dragon figurine. It looks like it's carved out of a very familiar substance.
Oh no.
It looks like it's attached to an iron rod and a groove in the table, allowing the figurine to move across the map from one place to another.
Can I look really closely at it and see if it's moving on its own?
It is not, but do an investigation check.
I will investigate, thanks.
Can I assist?
Sure.
Get in the room.
Can I guide myself?
Yeah.
Little self-inflicted butt tat.
There's no one in here to tell you not to.
I'm there.
You can tell them not to if you
I
want.
can't talk.
No, you
Yes, you
literally
can.
are not. You are there, but you are not able to tell me no.
I'm just like, watch you.
You can use the suggestion spell feature of the hat.
Don't smack your own bum.
Very
You
strongly,
can't tell me what to do.
strongly worded letter.
Go in deep.
I resist.
No.
You go. I'm just going to go. Here we go. Oh, are you assisting?
I was.
So 8 plus investigation, 13.
13. You're taking a look around, and the figurine isn't moving, but it's like attached to a groove, right? It's like on a little. It looks like there's something mechanical underneath it. And then, as you're looking around, you notice a lever on the side of the table. You pull it.
Does it appear to be part of this map table mechanism?
It looks like it's attached to the side of the low table.
Okay, yeah, I'll pull it. Might just be a release.
You pull it, and you can hear a lot of little tiny mechanisms and chains and little mechanical things whirring to life. And then you see the figurine in front of you starts to move from its position near here in the Sunblight Fortress. And it moves from one place to the next, stopping for a couple of seconds each time. And it looks like it hits all the major settlements in the 10 towns.
Horacio, where's it going first?
What's the order?
So you're paying attention to that, are you? So it goes through, it's like a set path and then returns back to 0. And if you pull the lever again, you notice that it goes through the same path.
So if I pull the lever once, it does one lap.
Yes.
It's not continual then pull to stop.
Correct.
Which one, sorry? It just does a single lap.
Just does a single lap and returns to normal.
Yeah.
I'm going to share with you the flight path.
Ooh.
So if you pull it a couple times and you just sort of make a note of all the stops, you effectively get this map.
Okay. Oh, what's that flight? This is like flighttracker.com, whatever it's called.
Truly. Oh, it's hitting Duggan's hole. It's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
So
It's hitting
we
We can take our time.
I was just about to say, for the benefit of the listeners at home, do you want to say where it goes? Sveta?
No, Svieta,
You started.
It's best it come from you.
Well, it goes to Duggan's hole first.
Is Sveta actually saying this to everyone? In her telepathy?
I like how she's telepathic communication, but she still adds the voice.
Still adds the fair voice. That's amazing.
It's a nice touch.
Alright.
It goes to Duggan's hole first.
Oh, get out of my head!
And then to Goodmead.
Can I just respond? Am I able to respond telepathically?
Sure.
Svieta, do you feel okay? Are you injured?
I've taken some hit points.
No, I'm just-
And then it goes to East Haven.
This is meta telepathy. Telepathy? That's the word.
Also, I appreciate you telling us, even though we're all looking at the map together.
I noticed you weren't wearing glasses.
That's true. Where's it go from Goodmead?
Next stop is East Haven. To Canterval, then Connick. Next up is Tourmaline.
Shit.
I love it.
The pilot from hell.
And then, I don't know how to pronounce the next one. Bremen?
Don't hurt yourself.
Lonelywood.
No. Oh,
Okay.
I skipped Lonelywood.
No, I think we did skip
Yeah.
Lonelywood.
Then it's Lonelywood to Bremen. And then Torgos.
You're so close.
Nearly there.
Only one more town left.
And then they'll take over Horatio's house in Bridgeshanda.
It's amazing. It says Horatio's house
I
right
know,
there.
that's the worst, and that's got me really worried now.
There's a cross over the House of the Morning Lord.
Yeah. It's a Morning Lord seeking missile.
And then I'll return.
Alright.
Thank you for flying Svieta Airways.
Brace for landing!
If I heard that voice over the intercom, I'd just be like, tighten seatbelt more.
Yeah.
It commands attention.
It certainly commands attention.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I'm going to let you guys have that in your notes so you can see the flight path that this thing takes.
Okay.
Cool. I'm going to check out, I'm going to be listening at the door for any of those creatures that were mentioned earlier, or anything.
So you're
Sounds dangerous.
just on guard at the door.
Yeah, I want to see if I can hear anything.
Make a perception check.
Oh, hell yeah.
Gunshot.
Perception is not that great. Dirty 20.
The only thing, so you don't see anything coming down, rushing down the hallway. You don't hear anything. You still smell those pleasant smells of cooking coming from down the hallway. What you do notice, though, on the west wall here, while you're just sort of like looking around, is there appears to be a door that's otherwise hidden. If you end up opening it up, all it ends up revealing is a secret hallway to the barracks that you were finding in before.
Oh.
I found the cupboards.
Oh.
Can we, like, mess with the table at all? Can we
Everywhere.
adjust the dragon's flight path?
Doesn't appear to be. It just seems to be set. So you've only really got a lever, and as soon as you do, you can hear it sort of like it's almost like it's on a release mechanism, like something mechanically releases and then sets the whole thing in motion like clockwork.
So there's no like additional like hole or something that they might like. There's like a missing tool that's used to program the table.
Doesn't look like.
That's worrying. It appears to be going to where all of our friends live, except for Duggan's Hole.
Yeah, but at least Duggan and Hole first.
That's not the best comfort, but I guess it's better than nothing.
Yes. Good meat second, that's the worst.
That is the worst.
Svieta, how fast are your meat birds? Can we send warning?
Oh my god.
Yeah, can we...
Yeah.
I can't cast as a
Supersonic meat bird.
If don't worry too much, I have a little sheet that'll help us replenish your animal, your wild shapes.
Is it a type of nap?
It is a type of nap.
That's really cool. Oh man, what a good idea.
Send the one, and then include in the message to send for Goodmead to send warnings to the other towns.
Yeah.
My history on Goodmead. Do they have ravens to send out?
They would have some sort of system, like a messaging system.
Alright. Okay. So you asked me to do this?
Yeah.
Alright. Take me out of bear form.
Take me out of the bear form.
I will shrink Svieta back to her regular size.
Oh, Bear Svieta was fun.
For now. Bear Svieta will be back.
Who's going to bash doors in for us?
Oh, I can bash doors back.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm just going to expend the second level spell slot. Because I don't think we have 10 minutes. I feel
10 minutes is a lot of time.
Yeah,
pressing
we've probably
on
only
time.
been in here about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe 10, 15.
It's more time for the dragon. No, I'm going to expend the spell slot.
Okay.
I got the meat.
Out of character, I think mechanically it could work it out to our advantage
Yeah.
to do it immediately.
You should have taken the roasted intellect devourer.
I'll be right back. Go to the battle.
No, I'm sorry, I already ate it. It was so
Ooh,
tasty.
it was on the floor.
Yes, but ground food is common in the Underdark. It's a delicacy.
It's all underground anyway.
That's alright. I've still got my meat pack, so...
So you cast the animal messenger spell,
Yeah.
and a little
It'll be...
meat bird.
yeah, like a falcon. I'm looking for speed.
Little falcon looks up at you and goes, "Hey, boss,
Okay.
how you doing?
I'll just, like, put my
Falcon.
fingers on its beak. Like, press it down so it can't talk.
You can't stop me."
Just
What you want?
over its face. There's pressing matters. There's a dragon going towards Goodmead. Go to Goodmead. Go to...
The Raven Man.
Who the fuck is the...
They haven't
Olivessa.
liked
Oh,
the
Duvessa.
Olivessa.
Olivessa. Olivessa.
Olivessa was like I'd say the reliable one.
Yeah, she seemed pretty on point.
Go to good meat. Attack Olivessa.
No.
I got it. Don't worry about it.
Oh my god. I will crush you and bring forth another meat bird.
You haven't got the spell slots to mess with me.
Get that meat hawk in order. We gotta move.
I'll slap it. Like, slap a piece of meat.
Oh, I like it.
That's weird. I don't like it.
Salt the bird if it continues like this.
Yo, Horacio, you can slap this. Give it some guidance.
Yeah, good luck.
I want to make a joke about slapping meat.
I don't. So, go to Goodmead. Go to Olivessa.
Olivessa.
There's already vessels all over the place.
Specifically to her, tell her Goodmead is in danger from a dragon and to evacuate to Bryn Shander.
Good meat is a dragon, and we should evacuate to Shanda. Got it.
I'm gonna eat this meat bird.
You did what you could.
I tried. I really did.
He's able to get the
I
best.
figured if they like all go to Bryn Shander, it's like the last city. Oh, maybe it's not the best idea.
By the time they get there, they'll all be burned together.
Okay, hang on. Hang on. Let me hold right there, Falcon. Guys, where do I send the people?
It's a hard one.
Vacuum. Maybe if that. It is a risk, but perhaps, but they do know where it is. You could send them to that cave where the Verbig was.
It's true. And the wife did leave.
It's a risk, but they can handle it themselves.
Yeah.
Konig has like an underground ice dungeon. That's
Would it melt from the fire of the dragon? I don't know. I just...
How about we tell them to evacuate, but avoid the other towns? I'm sure they have an evacuation point that they know of.
Oh, yeah, we have fire drills. Yeah.
Everybody assemble on the oval.
Yeah, it's a code blue.
Code blue. Never mind, you can't see colours.
Know the rest.
Yes.
Don't forget them to like warn the other towns as well.
Carnelian, I'm getting to that. I'm very stressed.
Alright, so get the chief fire warden. Evacuate to the oval. Gotcha so far.
The oval.
No.
King George Square, man.
God.
I'm just gonna punch this bird. So,
I gotcha. Don't worry about it.
I feel the don't get me.
I getcha.
Go to Olavessa.
Go to the
Tell her
Vessa.
to everyone evacuate to Verbig Cave and to send ravens to all the towns to evacuate as soon as possible.
All right.
I'm gonna get through this next
Gotcha,
door.
boss. Let me at him.
Okay, I need to find the window because I feel you're too stupid to circumnavigate this tower. I'm going to leave to find a window.
You can send him out the
Oh, good, yeah, the big door.
big door at the front. Yeah.
You know how stupid birds are.
And do you just like let him go?
No, I'm gonna pelt him because I just hate these things so much. Strength?
Please roll a 1.
It's the wall.
Strength is 15.
So you yeet him basically off the cliff because there's like a direct drop, sheer drop from where you are.
Yeah.
And all you hear is wee. I should fly. And he spreads his wings at the last moment and starts flying down the valley.
Just come back, wipe my hands. I don't know if I want to cast that spell anymore.
That was awful.
This spell's the best.
Good idea, though. Hopefully that gets there before the dragon. I didn't tell him to ignore Duggan's hold. That's okay, they'll be dead.
No,
I mean, he's supposed to go straight to...
Straight there.
Yeah, as the meat bird flies.
As the meat
Yes.
flies.
As... Oh, no, that's going to become a thing.
Okay.
And everyone's feeling tip-top.
Yeah, I think
okay.
we're pretty good.
Thumbs up.
Great.
All right, next door.
Okay, so there is the set of double doors to your north. Is that what you're heading up to?
Yeah, Wodun.
Yep.
You get righty, I'll get lefty.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
Go.
Kick.
Bam! The doors do not appear to be locked. Braziers heaped with glowing hot coals heat this chamber, which contains a large stone bed covered in soot-stained furs. Its head is against the north wall. In a shallow niche above the bed is a bas-relief of a giant, scowling Duragar clenching its teeth. At the foot of the bed is a flat-topped iron trunk, sealed with a bulky padlock. A stone door is set into the western wall.
Ooh, trunk.
Let's
Careful.
have a little investigate.
Yes, quick investigation.
Be careful.
Just a quick one. Who's going to touch it? I'll pat him on the bum.
Me.
There you go. Pop, pop.
I'll assist.
Okay.
What am I doing? How do I get in?
So you want to do an investigation check? Then do an investigation check, unless you want to just go straight up because you can just see the big padlock on it. So you need to possibly pick the lock. If you've got some thieves' tools,
I'm gonna shoot it with my laser.
Nice.
don't know what to do about that.
Well, figure it out, mate. 'Cause here it comes.
Okay. Sure.
Guess I roll to hit.
Yes.
Oh man,
I think you're alright, Callan.
You're fine.
it's a 9.
Pew! You
Whoa!
catch some of the furs on the bed on fire from aiming slightly too high.
Whoa!
Yikes.
Do you want to, like, maybe use a crowbar and, like, pry it open?
I shoot it again. Oh my god. 16.
You happen to hit a mirror in the... No. You do, in fact, miss.
No. What?
So, yeah, it hits the mirror in the corner and bounces off and hits the roof.
Well, this is impossible. Let's get out of here.
Hang on.
Crowbar.
Carnelian did mention a crowbar.
I have one.
It's worth a quick go.
Do you guys want me to shoot it again?
I will
no,
use
no.
the crowbar. I'm strong.
Alright, there you go.
Let Svieta do it. She's the strongest of us all.
Alright, roll a strength check.
Oh,
with
Jesus
advantage.
Christ.
She's so strong.
The crowbar gives advantage to athletics checks to pry things open.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll say it's enough. Well, it's just, you get the advantage of the strength check, yeah.
Yeah, it's not gonna
It's not gonna matter.
11.
11. It's not enough. You dig the crowbar into what you can see is the gap, but it's a very well-made chest that doesn't really offer a whole lot of purchase. You can't open it.
Any thieves' tools, or are we moving on?
I am lacking in the thieves' tools.
Okay. Maybe we can come back.
What did you say the thing was? Sorry. The thing was behind the bed or above the bed? Something about a Duragar or...
There's a bas-relief.
Before that?
Its head is against the north wall. In a shallow niche above the bed is a bas-relief of a giant scowling Duragar clenching its teeth.
Okay. That is what I thought then, yeah.
And there is a stone door set into the western wall.
How big's the chest?
It's a fairly large chest.
Oh, I was hoping to take it with us.
Yeah. It looks like it'd be pretty difficult to take with.
It is impossible. You're absolutely right.
Svieta, what do you reckon? Is this the bedroom of Zardarok, or why would he have a bedroom of his study, his war room?
Why is this bedroom, if it is, so hard, so easy to access?
DM? Does this appear to be Zardarok's bedroom?
It appears to be a bedroom.
Of Zardarok?
Does the bust look anything like his children that we murdered?
The which one?
The bust. The
bas-relief.
Bas-relief. No, it just looks like a Duragar. Looks fairly generic.
Alright.
So generic.
Can I look under the bed? Or just around the bed?
Sure. Perception check.
Smack myself on the buttocks.
I want to give
I'm
them...
not rolling great tonight. Callan? So 6 in total. That was with a butt slap. 11.
Doesn't look like there's anything of interest under there.
No nudie mags.
Can I have a quick look around the bust? Maybe find a button, or maybe there's a hidden key.
Sure.
While he's doing that, I want to
Smack
give
you
it
in the
another
bum.
crack.
Yeah!
Sure.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. Sorry, what kind of check was that?
A perception check.
Nice. 24.
24. You look around it, and it just seems to be a bas-relief. It's just a statue.
Maybe if we come back through here with Svieta as a bear, she can just smash it for us.
Well, Svieta just took another shot at it.
My hand slipped. I got the 12.
What do you mean you got a 12?
Oh, I was counting my hands and I counted 2 more than my fingers even.
12 hands, that is quite a lot.
Oh, that's like an octopus plus a few more legs.
Is that some kind of mug shit? 12 fists or something?
What total could you possibly roll?
If I rolled a nat 20,
Yeah.
20.
Yeah. If you're willing to spend 20 to 30 minutes in this room, we can forego the check.
No, times of the essence.
no.
There's a dragon.
Yes.
Yeah, that's because you could conceivably keep rolling until you get a
No,
success there.
it's alright.
But it would take time.
Oh, if I got some inspiration from Horacio, probably more than that.
Here.
I could also
One more go.
I could bardic inspiration it if you wanted.
No.
One more crack with all the inspirations on top.
Yeah,
One
right.
more crack. Here you
All
go.
right.
Guidance,
Little
inspiration.
Butt tap.
It's a D8 from me now.
D8 and D4 from Horatio.
Yes.
Let's load it all up.
Stack it.
And it's advantage as well.
Please don't be shit. Okay. That is 20 exactly.
Oh, yes.
Hit the DC exactly.
Yes!
You finally, after several attempts, but you've managed to chip a small little space in between the lid, and you finally find your leverage to crack the padlock.
Cracked it.
And you see that this trunk looks like it contains a number of possessions that probably belong to Zardarok.
Stuff. What is it?
Are you going to start pulling stuff out?
Yes.
Okay.
Just tip it all out on the floor.
Well, you can't pick it up.
Oh.
It's a
mind.
very big, heavy stone chest. In the trunk, you find a pair of dwarven sandals carved out of obsidian that look very valuable.
Hell yeah.
A quilted smoking jacket sized for a dwarf and sewn with 50 gemstones.
Shit. Gem jacket.
A malachite beard comb set with 7 red garnets. A hookah made of platinum and star sapphire. And there's a rolled up leather scroll with the following sequence of numbers on it in Dwarvish. Someone can read Dwarvish.
Yeah, man.
So I got a bunch of numbers in sequence. I'm not going to bother reading them all out because there's a few of them. So I shall pop it into Discord for you. It appears exactly like this, and you suspect there's a few sequences here. So you pull all these out, right? Go these numbers, and as you pull the last thing out of the chest, you hear a slight click sound as the bottom of it rises ever so slightly, almost imperceptibly. What isn't imperceptive is the stone visage above the bed opening its mouth and belching a toxic cloud out to fill the room. We're going to roll in some sort of initiative round.
For fuck's sake.
I'm not actually going to do initiative, I just need to know what you guys are doing. This toxic cloud is filling the room. Zimma, what are you doing? Carnelian, I should say.
Yes. Carnelian... Horatio, is the door open?
Yes, I'm here. Is the door open?
Yes, it's open. You guys didn't tell you closed it.
No, the one I'm at.
west door.
Oh.
The west wing.
No, it's not open, that's closed.
Yeah. Open it.
Okay, so, hang on. Carnelian, what are you doing?
He'll head towards the door and try to get it open.
The west door.
Yes,
okay.
the west door.
So the first thing you need to do for me, then, is make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
I don't like this.
You've still got our bind of friendship, remember? Let me just check.
How long does that last?
An hour.
Oh, then you do, yeah.
It's not even conch. No conch's given, man.
Does it give +1 to my saving throws? I mean, it probably won't matter.
Yes.
Because that's like a 5.
Okay, 5 is a fail, so you're going to take some poison damage.
You do have resistance to all damage, and I take the same amount.
Okay, so this is a total of 23 points of poison damage. So say 22.
Oh.
So
So 11.
11 each.
Yeah.
Is that for any damage or?
Yeah, all damage that he sustains while the spell's up.
You open the door, so this is Carnelian, not Horatio there. You open the door with an interact action then,
Yep.
and you see,
Oh no.
looks like a little closet.
Oh my god.
7 Duragar come out.
You open this little closet, and it like what immediately hits you is it's not like holding any clothes or anything. There's a small 2-foot tall statue of some sort of Duragar figure made out of Sharglin. Looks like a nude female Duragar with no facial features and a spiked crown atop her bald head. Stacked on smaller shelves around the statuette are some Mind Flayer skulls, which you recognize now because you've seen one. If you want to know more about the statuette, you'd need to make me a religion check, but the room is filling with poison.
Yeah, let's not. So that was 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Can you move 30?
Yeah, kobolds have a speed of 30, not 25.
Alright, Horatio, what are you doing?
I'm getting the flip out of the room.
Roll me a Constitution save.
Come on, friends, let's get out. 11.
11. You fail. So you also take
You fail.
poison damage.
Got him there.
Yeah, that's true. 18 points of poison damage.
Fuck. I'm just like throwing up and like sharting as I leave the room. Oh, don't look at me! I know it's awful.
Alright, so you make for the wet doors on the south as well?
Yeah.
Do you get the
Trail of
resistances as
shart.
well?
Sorry.
Do you get the resistances as well?
No, because
Wow.
he's sharing the damage the other way.
I share the love.
That's awfully kind.
That's what people of the Callan do.
Okay, Wodun, what do you do?
So,
I'm gonna grab that statue.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I need you to do 2 things for me then. Before you move, roll me a Constitution save.
Because it's nude.
What the fuck?
19.
19 is a pass, so you'll take half damage. 19 points of poison damage, so half. So take
9.
9 points of poison damage. Now, additionally, oh man, I need you.
Did you say it's 2 feet tall and made of what? Obsidian.
It looks like Charlotte.
Charlotte.
We
Yeah.
got the fucking floor.
Now make me a wisdom saving throw.
Joke's on you, I'm good at those. 19.
19's a pass. Let me just check. You still take half damage.
What?
Wodun's last words. But she's naked!
Boobs!
So you take an additional. So that's. Hang on, that can't be right.
That's too much
It's
damage.
either a lot or nothing.
20 points total of psychic damage, which is halved, so take 10. But you do grab the nude figure.
Alright, and I will run out of the room and do a dive and a roll.
Okay. And
nursing the statue carefully.
How much movement do you have? I guess you could...
30 feet, so it's 15 to the...
Yeah.
From where I was to the cupboard.
Okay, so you're out. Svieta.
So stupid.
Did you grab all the stuff?
Oh, I grabbed the stuff.
I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm, you know what? That's okay.
It's mine.
Cool. You earned it.
Constitution save?
Well, we'll see. We'll see who earned it. I'm hurting.
Oh my god. Con?
Yep.
12?
12 is a fail. You take all this poison damage.
I cast poison resistance on Svieta.
No.
23 points of poison damage.
Better resists.
Resist my resistance.
23 points of poison damage.
That's okay. Not really.
Is it?
No, I'm not okay.
What would you like to do?
I will run out to just past where Wodun is on the other side. I assume the war table's in the middle.
Yeah.
And when I go by, I'll hit him, not violently, but I'll hit you with my hand. And it's not the usual stabbing into you. You'll just feel like this. I don't know if you guys have ever had saline back into your system after donating plasma. It's like a cold feeling,
okay.
an icy, watery feeling.
From within.
Yeah, you'll feel that because I've cast my kill wounds at second level. Because I saw you do a dumb, and I need to help you.
Don't forget about yourself, Svieta. I think you and I are probably quite close to death.
Oh no, I'm okay.
Are you? Well, I'm
just me.
There is blood and shit and puke everywhere.
Oh. Take
I mean, it was poison damage.
15 healing.
Not good.
Can I do another action?
Thank you.
No, well, this is coming in through initiative order.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's okay.
So not really.
I'll do it as a reactionary thing for just seeing
Yeah.
going to take a shit ton of damage.
So all of you come coughing and sputtering out of this room, and I assume you might close the door behind you, for example.
Shut it!
As poison.
Horacio, look! Charlotte boobs!
I'll get back to you.
Oh, what's that? As poison had been spilling forth. Congratulations! You've now seen the dangers that do lurk here in the Sunblight Fortress.
Yep.
What dangers await you? We'll just have to find out next week on Reflex Save.
Has anyone ever died from shitting themselves?
Yes.
In D&D.
Yes.
Yes. Probably. Most likely, yes.
Okay.
Let me get this.
Sorry.
As cute as.
Wish my hiccups sound like that.
Danger, mystery, intrigue. Think you've heard all that Actual Play podcasts have to offer? Think again. I'm Nate Peterson. The Dungeon Master for... Yes, Stuart, what can I do for you?
I know naught of this, Stuart. My name is Dweezil Vanzafir, the Bard of Bards.
Well, firstly, your name's Stuart and you're from Yorkshire. Secondly, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm trying to record an advert for our show.
Well, firstly, in your parlance, I've never even heard of this Yorkshire. And secondly, if there is a show to be advertised, then surely it should be I, Dweezil Vanzafir, to do the advertising.
I wouldn't have thought so. I mean, surely this is a job for me as the Dungeon Master.
Perhaps a, song?
No, I certainly don't think it's time for a song.
survive, adventurers brave and true, strong of will and strong of arm, a band unbreakable through and through. They protect each other from insult and harm. What more persuasion could one require? Tune in to hear our tales.
Dice and desire. You see, Stuart, words do have power, but certainly not as much power as the Dungeon Master. Join me as I corral my merry band of misfits who storm King's Thunder every week on Dice and Desire, a 5e actual play podcast.